Welcome back to Life Leadership with Alex Urbina, right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a special broadcast. We're dedicating this hour to the family, the Alarid family. You know, we want to get the word out and help find this missing girl from Canyon Country, Sarah Alarid, 19 years old, missing day 6 now since New Year's Eve. And joining us in studio is Sarah's uncle, Bryan. You know, we were talking earlier about her car. I want to get that license plate out again. If you're out, we need eyes out on the street. It's a 2002 silver Ford Focus, a 4-door. Earlier reports on the very beginning, they were saying that it was a 2-door, but it's definitely a 4-door.
Definitely.
And it's a hatchback. It has the brake lights up high on the ends, and the license plate number is 4WX E737. Again, it's 4WX E737. Now, Bryan, you guys are out there. You guys have been going for 5 days now. You have to be exhausted.
Yeah, we're very tired. I mean, it's just, but the energy around everybody helping us out is just keeping us going. You know, it's just like we're on this mission. It's just we have to find her or find some evidence, of her car or something like that. So we're being as proactive as we can. You know, we're trying to follow every lead out there. We're trying to get the messages, out to the public. We're having these little meetings every morning with everybody and handing out flyers and getting them back out there into the public. One thing I can't say, a lot of people have probably started driving around from their residence, going to work back and forth, and they've probably said, well, hey, I go by here all the time and I haven't seen anything. Keep looking. I mean, just in case, something's come up and that vehicle is being out there driven or something, just keep looking everywhere you go. Look at the gas stations, the post office, the supermarkets, the banks and stuff like that, and just take a quick glance. It doesn't hurt to look at the vehicles coming towards you or even up a side street, when you're out there walking your dog or, taking a walk at night or something. Just, be mindful, just kind of check things out when you're out there. That would help a lot, just to just keep looking.
And as we were saying earlier, the license plate could be different, right? So even if it's a different license plate, if it's the same car, it looks like the license plate is maybe tampered with, which you can sometimes tell. Yeah. Then it's definitely, that would be a red flag.
That would be a red flag too.
Call 911. Call
911 if you think that's the car with with the sticker on it and stuff, or if it's got no plates. I mean, that's a way to look at it too. Yeah, unfortunately, people do that. They'll try to alter the vehicle if they know that it's being looked for. Yeah. Or try to hide it somewhere and stuff like that. I mean, if you, I know there's a lot of storage areas out here, a lot of storage lots and stuff like that. If you're going to your storage area, look out in the dirt fields. I know they park boats and big motorhomes and RVs and stuff like that. Take a look around and see maybe in between those if somebody's parked a car there or covered something that just looks out of the ordinary or suspicious.
Or wasn't there a week ago that's now there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think what's important about what you're saying is because, the first couple of days, your eyes are out, right? The first time you hear the story, definitely for me, it was like, whoa, okay, I'm going to walk outside. I'm going to walk around my block. I'm definitely more alert.
Right.
But as the days progress, I think a lot of people think, well, I already looked down the street.
Right.
I already asked this neighbor. I already, walked down this. And Alex, you were talking about this earlier. The importance of continuing to do it every day. Every 24 hours, something new could happen.
Yeah, stay inspired. There's going to be that critical point where people slowly start to check out and just chalk up in their mind, well, I've done my part.
Exactly.
Or, I'm so glad this isn't my family, or however you justify it.
Right.
Let's stay committed. Let's stay, as a team. Let's stay as...
with the synergy, keeping the synergy moving forward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I had some friends show up Saturday morning that I put on Facebook from Santa Monica. I had them drive down and meet me Saturday morning, and my friend said to me, she goes, I only got a couple hours, but I know just me driving down here is going to fuel this.
Nice.
And I thought, man, what a great concept to really just, how inspiring is that? People driving over from all over just saying, I'm here, I don't know what to do. If you want me to pass out waters, I'll do it.
That's
just
awesome.
That energy is helping fueling this whole
and keeping the family
search.
going.
Exactly. I mean, we had a gentleman come down. He brought his trailer down to the Albertsons parking lot yesterday on Soledad and Sierra Highway at the Albertsons. He brought his trailer down, his motorhome, his trailer for us to use the restroom or get out of the elements in case it got cold and
That's
everything.
awesome.
And it had a heater. I mean, that was great. I mean, he doesn't even know who she is, and he came and donated that to us for the whole day, which was great. I was really, really impressed.
You were saying, Alex, how people have been posting on some of the Facebook page that maybe she went to Vegas or something like that. And maybe if you could share a little light for us on, the type of girl that Sarah is, that she wouldn't have just taken off to go to Vegas. And she didn't have the capabilities even, right? Like you said, she didn't have, really money on her or the gas to drive all the way down there to drive to TJ or something like that.
Yeah, you know what? She pretty much liked her friends. She liked hanging out with her friends. She liked the outdoors. She did a lot of motorcycle riding, ATV riding, and stuff like that. She liked going up into the hills here in Santa Clarita and kind of hanging out with her friends and, watching the sunset and stuff like that. Just being, outdoors and stuff. That's a lot of what she did, along with, hiking, going for walks, walking through the washes and stuff like that. She just basically liked that. But as far as, getting into going to Vegas or going to Mexico or going places, she didn't, like I said, she didn't have the funds to really go do that. And that's kind of out of her character. So, like I said, she really loved hanging with her friends. And she was always
I think some people see it and they're like, oh, she's 19. It was New Year's Eve. She probably just took off. Or she, And you guys know, as her family, that's just not in her character.
Exactly.
She wouldn't have just taken
off. And that's why I wanted to have this show today, because you're getting people that really don't know her. You're missing some context.
Right.
And they're just, and people are frustrated. They want to find out. They want to find Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, and so they're justifying all these other different reasons of where she could be.
Yeah. Well, like you said, when you're thinking about, teenagers being at a party, New Year's Eve, they're, getting wild and crazy, and who knows what they went out and did and stuff like that. This was more of a controlled environment at this party. It was a mom that was throwing it. There was adults there. They were listening to some bands play in the garage. And they actually shut down from playing the bands at about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and everybody pretty much just hung out. It was a pretty mellow scene there. And that's basically the way the party ended. So it wasn't a wild and crazy, out of control type of party. So, for her character, she, like I said, at the end of that night, she just wanted to go home. I think she was burned out. She was tired. And everybody's tired at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So that was her intentions of getting in that car and driving home. And like I said, unfortunately, she never showed up.
And one of the things that Mike, the father, had said on Saturday was, I guess he had seen some footage of some of the cameras, and he was talking about there was a lot of cars up and down the road at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So it wasn't like it was a ghost town.
Right.
It was It was New Year's Eve,
yeah,
early in the morning. So there was people driving up and down. I'm hopeful that somebody drove by and saw the car.
Exactly.
And just I'm hoping that this message reaches that person and that they just triggers.
So if you were on the road, then so we're talking about Soledad Canyon, right?
Soledad
if you were
Canyon.
on the road to Soledad Canyon somewhere around 3:30 in the morning.
I would say between 3 and 4 o'clock.
Between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, driving from Sand Canyon, Poppy Seed down towards White's Canyon.
Right. There are some businesses. I mean, gas stations are open.
You get to call, call the police department because maybe you saw something, or you can share if you at any point saw a silver, 4-door Ford Focus,
or you saw a female walking by herself, or just anything that looked like it was out of the ordinary for being that late at night or early in the morning like that.
Even though it was New Year's Day at 4 o'clock in the morning, still,
exactly.
yeah. Anything that even made you feel a little bit like. So thinking back, so we're talking all those people that were on the road between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning in Canyon Country on Soledad Canyon. Think back. Was there anything that stood out to you that was a little bit of a that's odd, or just made you think twice? A car, a girl. Somebody you saw walking down the street, even a guy or something that you saw.
Hazard lights flashing, anything.
Yes. Or even anything that stood out that was different.
Or even throughout that night, maybe there's some friends that she contacted that, maybe not by phone, that happened to stop by the party and left or something like that. Just anybody that had any type of contact with her, at the party or shortly after the party that, has not talked to the authorities or anybody yet. I mean, that would help. I mean, even if you think it's insignificant what you guys talked about, let us know. That might direct us, in a certain way. So,
Brian, do you know what kind of shoes she was wearing?
You know what? She was wearing some black shoes. They almost look like Vans type of shoes, from what we could see in some of the pictures. Because
if she kicked off a shoe or threw a bracelet or anything that she was wearing,
that's true too.
Yeah,
and it was cold at night. It says here that she was wearing the gray shirt and the jeans. It was cold at night. And she could have had a jacket. Maybe somebody loaned her a jacket, so maybe you can't see the actual gray shirt. So, some of the distinct features of her, she had the lip rings in, the rings that are in her lip and stuff, and that's kind of not too many people have that, but there are a lot of teenagers that do.
That stands out.
But that would stand out if she happened to be in a liquor store or in a gas station or something like that, and you recognized her. So,
I can definitely tell you that this whole event has been a teaching moment for me and my own teenage daughters and my son and my wife. We sat down and we really talked about this, and we were going over a game plan. And I started asking my daughters, what would you do? Would you ever leave like that, even if you got mad? And it was opening up some powerful discussions. And I would also encourage other people to talk to your kids, talk to your family, even if they're 23, 24 years old, create some kind of a game plan. What we ended up doing was we ended up creating a master list of all of our Apple ID our Apple ID email.
Oh, okay.
So that we can, we have the iPhones, Find Your iPhone, so that if anything happens or we think that something's wrong, we're going to check our phones to see. Right. Because I know that those hours are critical, right? The first probably 12 hours, 15 hours is critical because your cell phone will stay on for a certain point. And then after that point, like you guys can't get a hold of that phone. You can't find out where it's at.
Right, yeah.
So the phone, even though it's off, it'll still have the tracking?
No, once
if it's dead, if the battery's dead, you can't get any signal. The phone could be
no, I think if it's
it has to be on.
It has to be
on.
It has to be activated.
To send a signal for GPS.
If you turn your phone off, they cannot locate you. So yeah, that's a good point. You know, if you're ever lost or anything comes up, don't turn off your phone to maybe try to save your battery. You know, leave the thing on so that you can get found. I mean, the technology nowadays, they can find you. You know, if you're in your car and you have OnStar or any type of locating device in them, they can locate you.
Yeah, your OnStar is connected to your car battery.
Exactly.
You know, if Sarah had it plugged in to her charger, and let's say she crashed and it was plugged into the charger, it would still be on. It'd still be able to be activated.
Yeah, as long as that phone is on, they can locate you.
Yeah.
So like you were saying with, you know, the family and friends and stuff like that, people that have phones, just leave the phone on. You know, let people know where you're at. If you're in trouble, leave that phone on, you know, and always let somebody know where you're at. You know, if you're leaving a party late, say, hey, I'm leaving here. I'll contact you as soon as I get home, or, you know, let somebody know that you made it home safe or something like that. It doesn't hurt to get that communication out there to somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure she did that. She obviously let the boys know she was leaving, and so she did say, hey, I'm going home.
Exactly.
So, and just something happened, you know, on that road there, getting closer to home. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to give more details about the website, how to keep plugging in to get more information, also how to contribute on that PayPal account. Stay tuned for more. You're listening to Life Leadership with Alex Urbina right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.